pressing on with this. I got that cross member out, painted, and back in. My shifter in. Everything looks good here. I weld me a bracket here on the seat and some brackets on the back. I can't really see them. They're just a 2x1 angle iron. I didn't really bother to put bolts in them. I just tacked that one, and it's tacked over there. The seat's plenty good to drive it around. It needs to be finished, obviously, but I'm not trying to make this thing perfect. I'm just trying to get it where it'll run and drive good, and sell it. So I still got to do the fenders. I don't have any exhaust in here. Maybe that's what the next thing I'll do is drag out that exhaust I got. See if I can cut me a piece for this. It'd be much easier to do it with the floorboard out than try to put the floorboard in and then try to weld around it. So that's where I'm at this point. I'm just pressing forward on running and driving. Like I said, that seat's in good. That one's just sitting there. But I'll go ahead and see what I can figure out about this exhaust. Maybe if I can get a piece of exhaust in it, I can go ahead and I think to weld the bottom thing there, I have to pull the headers off. There's really no room to weld in there. Anyway, I'll drag a muffler out here and see what I got. Well, I put this thing up for sale, so I'm trying to make some pictures of it. So I need to fix some stuff. I decided I'm not going to do these exhaust pipes. It'll run and drive like it is. But I do have to take this thing. They cut it off here for some kind of fender, so I'm going to have to weld about 6 inches of that piece back on here. I've got this fender pretty much where it should go. That socket there is kind of holding it away from the frame. I've got all this pretty much sorted out. Need to lower it a little there to get it under that bed. This bolts up good, so what I'm going to do is clean up the back of this and weld it. I'll put a few inches on here. I guess first thing is I need to let it down and see how much I'm going to need. If I weld the whole piece on there, I can't put it up into the tire. So I'll have to let it down, get this fender straight, and then cut me a piece that's the right length, and then I'll weld that in. Well, here's the fender. I welded 4.5 inches on there. I'm gonna bolt up this front here to make sure that it's right on the fender, and then I'm gonna put a piece of angle iron in there and probably just weld it. I don't know, I need to bolt it though, probably. We'll see. I'll weld a piece of angle iron on the fender, and then we can bolt it into the angle iron onto the running board, and then we can bolt it onto the fender. My rust preservative. Need some on that top edge. Here? Top, yeah, there. That's, yeah, right there. Yeah. I got this piece of angle iron in there. It's pretty much straight across the back. I've got the fender, I've got like an inch here and an inch and a quarter there, a couple inches in the middle. It's not on perfectly straight, but I think the travel is going to be here in the middle anyway. I've got it kind of clamped in, so I think that's good. I can probably drill a couple bolts, tack this thing, and bolt it up. Well, here's a pretty much rust converted. We got the floorboard on. I'm gonna still mount it a little better. Rust converted this. Actually looks pretty decent. Well, I found me a couple pieces of wood, so I'm gonna make me a little bed here. It'll go past that cross member, and I'll put this in and make a flip up door for the battery. So I got about 6 inches here. I gotta weld some angle iron on it, and put one on this side and one on this side, so I'll probably hinge it towards the tank. Weld me some brackets in, and I've got quite a bit of gas in here. I don't know how I'm gonna do this. I guess I could drain all the gas out, move the fuel cell. I may not do anything. I may just try to pick it up and shove a board under it. That's probably the best way to do it. I started making this bed. I got the fuel cell kind of mounted here, and I'm going to make that battery door, cut that in there. I need actually to paint this bed before I put that in, but I got to cut a little place in it right there to miss the fuel line, and then I got another big piece in here. I probably ought to run my wires and tighten them up and paint all this before I do that. But anyway, I'll cut this and throw some paint on it before I get too carried away. Well, here's this passenger fender. It's all bolted up. I haven't welded it. I yanked the wheel off. I'm going to weld this all up inside, paint it, put another couple bolts in it. Probably one there in the back and one in the front. And we'll finish this up and put the wheel back on. Well, here it is, all cleaned up and painted. I don't know how well this camera is showing anything. But bolters in, fenders on, and bolted down good. Don't look bad. Put the wheel back on it. Call this one complete. Well, I got the bed pretty much painted. Got the boards cut for it. It's pretty nice. This is a mahogany something, and it kind of got a rust color to it. So I got one coat on it. Got it out here in the sun drying, and we'll throw that in there and be done for a while. Well, there's my transmission lines in. Got them running up to the radiator. They wouldn't fit the radiator. These are 1/4 inch NPT, and I had to get some 1/8 inch. I've got a new dipstick coming that goes in the hole there. I've got a original dipstick, but this is a braided one. It'll work better. So I just have to finish putting that radiator in up there, and decided to make a box here, cover this hole up, and now it's just staining them. So it's going to have a place in here where you can carry a suitcase or something in. Yeah, it's starting to match the truck real good. Kind of got a red color to it. Sort of matches the rust. Sets off the black on the bed. Probably ought to figure out some way of getting rid of this flat bed, flat black. But I think it'll be good enough. I got a lot of other stuff to do to worry about so far. Got my turn signal there, about ready to put it on. Got this passenger floorboard in. I don't know if I want to put it in until I get my lines all tight or not. Yeah. Yeah, no man.
We've been calling all day.
Yeah.
So we had to jump the tow truck. And so he said, John, you supposed to first. I go to the gate. Open the gate door. We're going to key. And I'm seeing all this smoke coming this way. So I said, they jump on fire.
You could go in the back in the alley.
Well, here's part of the disaster. This AMX is burnt to the ground. Burned to the ground. AMX might have the motor still good. Mustang. Motor still might be good. Transmission is, I'm sure. I might find some tools in some of this that didn't get burnt, hand tools. Mercedes really just burnt completely.